We really need to talk about what's happening with this whole David situation, because the LAPD has finally given some updates. They're not the kind of updates people were hoping for, but at least it's something. There are also new details connected to the case that have made things even more confusing. The last time this story was discussed, things had already gotten strange. A Tesla that had been sitting in an impound lot in Hollywood was checked after someone reported a bad smell. When police opened it, they found the body of Celeste Rivas, who had been missing for over a year. The car was registered to the singer David, whose real name is David Burke. At first, fans thought his car might have been stolen since he was out on tour, but once it was confirmed that the woman found was Celeste, everything changed. What really shocked people was that David had a tattoo identical to Celeste. They both had the word "et" written on one of their fingers. Soon after, online users started finding photos of them together, supposed Discord messages, and even a leaked demo song where he mentioned a girl named Celeste. The internet went wild when people realized he had recently been seen with another woman who also happened to be named Celeste. That made everyone question what was really going on with him. Fans started digging into his past, especially his concerts that often featured dark themes like funerals and caskets. Many began saying it felt like there was something deeply disturbing about him. Then, old interviews resurfaced where he talked about having an alter ego named Adam. He described Atomy as a criminal version of himself, who commits crimes that David then solves. He even mentioned a music video idea where Atomy is found in the trunk of a car. Considering what happened, that detail made people extremely uneasy. Even though David hasn't been officially named a suspect, the internet has formed its own theories based on what's been found. Since all of this came out, he's canceled both his US and European tours, and his record label and management have stopped promoting his music completely. He hasn't posted anything on social media since Celeste was officially identified, even though he was active online before that. What's making everyone more anxious is how quiet the LAPD has been about the case. Because of that, online communities have been trying to uncover more information themselves using archived posts, old files, and social media. There's even a private investigator sharing updates online about what he's found. People are seriously invested in figuring out what's going on, and they want answers soon. When the LAPD finally spoke to the press, they revealed that the Tesla had been parked in the same spot for weeks before being towed. Investigators believe that Celeste's body had been inside the vehicle for quite some time. LAPD Captain Scott M. Williams stated that they found her in the front trunk of the car, but the cause and manner of death have not been determined yet. Online discussions have led some people to guess that if David was involved, whatever happened must have taken place before he left for his tour, since he reportedly wasn't in Los Angeles afterward. Earlier today, I posted a video about how David returned home between shows earlier this month using a private jet. Since then, I've received a few documents and even spoken with someone directly connected to the situation. There are a few important things that need to be cleared up. According to Celeste's friends, they last heard from her near the end of July. No one has given an exact date, but around late July, she stopped replying to texts and wasn't reaching out anymore. Meanwhile, David's tour was supposed to start on July 30th, 2025, based on his original merch designs that listed the schedule. His first show was planned for San Francisco on July 30th, then Phoenix on August 1st, and Del Mar, California on August 6th. He also had another show lined up for August 5th, but those first 3 shows were canceled. The tour didn't actually begin until August 5th, 6 days later than planned. So now people are questioning why those shows were suddenly canceled and why the start date was delayed. What's strange is that the time Celeste stopped talking to her friends is the same period when David wasn't performing. Jumping ahead to August 26, 2025, David was already on tour. A neighbor in the area where his Tesla was later found abandoned called authorities because the vehicle had been sitting there for weeks. It had been parked on the side of the road for what appeared to be a month without being moved. If David was somehow involved in Celeste's death, that would mean it happened before his tour began. Earlier today, I also posted a video of David that he shared on September 1st, 2025. It showed him at home between shows and was posted to his prayer page. I originally assumed it was his home in Los Angeles, but after checking older TikToks, it turns out that the house in that video is actually his mom's home in Texas. That matches up with flight details showing he took a private jet from Canada to Texas to perform with the artist Coochies on August 31, 2025, so it seems more likely that instead of flying back to LA, he just went to stay with his parents in Texas. Based on what we know right now, there's no solid evidence that he returned to California during the tour. Could he have? Yes, but so far there's no proof of that. Speaking of his parents' home, something else strange happened shortly after all this. On September 18th, just days after Celeste's body was found, David's family home in Texas was swatted. That means police were falsely called to the address, likely as a prank or harassment. The timing of that incident only made the situation around him look even more chaotic. A 911 call reportedly claimed that gunshots and screaming had occurred on David's family property, prompting a heavy police response. When officers arrived, David's parents answered the door looking shocked at the allegations. Inside, police were told there were 4 people living there, but David himself was not mentioned as being present. After checking the home and finding no actual threat, no incident report was filed, and the situation has been treated as a false swatting. TMZ has been tracking this case closely, trying to uncover more details. One topic that's come up repeatedly online is the Tesla that was tied to David. People have been asking about its cameras since the car has the ability to record video of anyone near it. However, the camera only works if the recording mode is activated. Without that, the car wouldn't capture or save any footage. The LAPD is reportedly investigating whether the vehicle has any relevant video, but it doesn't look promising if the mode wasn't turned on. TMZ also noted that the Tesla Model Y connected to David has features that could have sent him alerts if something unusual happened, such as the trunk being left open. The Tesla app can send push notifications if the trunk stays open for more than 10 minutes, meaning if someone was loading something and it took too long, David might have received a notice. However, there is no confirmation that he had those notifications enabled or even used the app at all. Another topic TMZ addressed was speculation about Celeste being pregnant. Screenshots circulating online appeared to show Discord messages suggesting she was, but according to official sources, including her death certificate, Celeste was not pregnant and had not been at any time during the last year. This clears up some of the rumors that were spreading online. Captain Scott M. Williams of the LAPD has made it clear that, as of now, there is no suspect or person of interest in the investigation. This is significant because much of the public has been focusing on David due to the online speculation, yet the police have not named anyone as a suspect. As the investigation continues, more information has emerged about Celeste's home life. According to an ex-boyfriend from middle school, she experienced a troubled family environment before running away, and he mentioned that her mother treated her poorly. He also expressed regret that he didn't do more to help at the time. Additional details have come from a liquor store in Lake Elsinore called Delgado Spirits. In March of last year, Celeste's sister allegedly asked the store owner to review surveillance footage to see if Celeste had run away. The owner provided the footage to the Rivas family in hopes of helping them locate her. This wasn't the first time Celeste had run away. According to the owner, she wasn't considered a wild girl. He frequently saw her buying snacks and soda at the store, and never heard of any trouble at home. Though law enforcement sources suggested she ran away because of a difficult family situation, the situation continues to raise more questions than answers. There are still no official updates from David or authorities directly addressing the case, and it seems likely that his legal team has advised him to stay silent. He hasn't posted anything online, likely because he is not currently considered a person of interest, and any public statements could complicate things further. Meanwhile, internet sleuths are continuing to dig through old clips, lyrics, timestamps, and other materials, trying to piece together a clearer picture of what may have happened. The public remains deeply invested, and many people are frustrated that a young woman was found in such a disturbing situation without any sense of justice or closure. Even though David has not been officially named a suspect, the media and the public remain focused on him because of his connections to Celeste and the online materials circulating about him. On Good Morning America, the discussion centered around whether a crime had even been committed, which many found confusing, because the discovery of Celeste's body in the Tesla strongly indicates that a crime occurred. Reports suggest that Celeste's family was allegedly aware of her relationship with David, which has added another layer of concern for those following the story. The combination of her troubled home life, her history of running away, and her connection to David has kept public interest and speculation high. At this stage, the investigation is ongoing, and many questions remain unanswered. No suspect has been officially named, and there has been little confirmation about key details, such as whether the Tesla recorded any footage, or if alerts that might have notified David were active. Speculation about pregnancy has been debunked, but misinformation continues to circulate online. People remain focused on finding answers, and the lack of transparency has fueled widespread online discussion. Internet users continue to analyze every bit of public information available, connecting dots and examining old materials for clues. This is partly why the story has maintained such a strong presence in the media and online communities. Ultimately, the case is still unfolding. While speculation continues to focus on David due to the circumstances surrounding Celeste and her disappearance, the police have not named him as a suspect. The public remains eager for answers, and there is widespread frustration over the lack of official updates and clarity. For now, those following the case can only rely on ongoing reports, updates from investigative outlets like TMZ, and information shared by law enforcement as it becomes available. Until more concrete details emerge, speculation will continue, and the public will remain deeply engaged with this tragic and troubling story. The complexity of the situation, the mystery around the Tesla, the allegations online, and the uncertainties in Celeste's home life all contribute to why people are paying such close attention. Despite the numerous questions, no final conclusions have been made, and the investigation appears to be proceeding cautiously. As it stands, there is no closure, no suspect named, and a lot of unanswered questions. The combination of public concern, social media investigations, and official silence has created a tense and highly charged environment. Every new detail is being scrutinized, and the public is waiting for answers that could bring some clarity to a case that has shocked and disturbed many. David's silence, the unconfirmed details about the Tesla, and the ongoing LAPD investigation mean that there is still much to learn. However, people remain determined to follow the case closely, and it's likely that interest will continue until more definitive information is released. The story remains tragic, confusing, and unsettling. Celeste's death has left a mark on the community and sparked a wave of questions, theories, and online scrutiny. While authorities continue to investigate, the public's demand for information shows no sign of slowing down. Every aspect of the case, from family dynamics to technology and media reports, is being examined in search of answers. At the end of the day, the situation remains unresolved. There is still no suspect, no full explanation, and no clear resolution. While authorities continue their work behind the scenes, the public is left watching closely, analyzing every new development, and hoping for clarity in a case that has captured widespread attention. This is a situation that continues to unfold, and updates will be closely watched. With so many unanswered questions, the community remains engaged, and speculation is likely to continue until more official information is shared. The focus remains on finding truth and justice in a case that has already raised deep concerns about safety, transparency, and accountability.